Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. There is no sincerer love than the love of food. I learned long ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. You see things, and you say, "Why? But I dream things that never were." And I say, "Why not?" Youth is wasted on the young. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. A government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. A fool's brain digests philosophy into folly, science into superstition, and art into pedantry. Hence university education. Democracy is a device that ensures we shall be governed no better than we deserve. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. A happy family is but an earlier heaven. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. Patriotism is your conviction that this country is superior to all others because you were born in it. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. You cannot be a hero without being a coward. Just do what must be done. This may not be happiness, but it is greatness. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. I often quote myself. It adds spice to my conversation. If history repeats itself, and the unexpected always happens, how incapable must man be of learning from experience? There is nothing more dangerous than the conscience of a bigot. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. Alcohol is the anesthesia by which we endure the operation of life. Science never solves a problem without creating 10 more. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. If you cannot get rid of the family skeleton, you may as well make it dance. If all the economists were laid end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion. Clever and attractive women do not want to vote. They are willing to let men govern as long as they govern men. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. The worst sin toward our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them. That's the essence of inhumanity. Marriage is an alliance entered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut, and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. Youth is a wonderful thing. What a crime to waste it on children. Kings are not born. They are made by artificial hallucination. There is only one religion, though there are 100 versions of it. We have no more right to consume happiness without producing it than to consume wealth without producing it. Love is a gross exaggeration of the difference between one person and everybody else. Democracy substitutes election by the incompetent many for appointment by the corrupt few. The moment we want to believe something, we suddenly see all the arguments for it, and become blind to the arguments against it. The great advantage of a hotel is that it is a refuge from home life. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. The liar's punishment is not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. No man ever believes that the Bible means what it says. He is always convinced that it says what he means.
Everything happens to everybody sooner or later if there is time enough. If women were particular about men's characters, they would never get married at all. An Englishman thinks he is moral when he is only uncomfortable. There are no secrets better kept than the secrets everybody guesses. The secret of being miserable is to have leisure to bother about whether you are happy or not. The cure for it is occupation. No question is so difficult to answer as that to which the answer is obvious. The only way to avoid being miserable is not to have enough leisure to wonder whether you are happy or not. When a stupid man is doing something he is ashamed of, he always declares that it is his duty. I would like to take you seriously, but to do so would be an affront to your intelligence. First love is only a little foolishness and a lot of curiosity. He who can, does. He who cannot, teaches. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. I never thought much of the courage of a lion tamer. Inside the cage he is at least safe from people. Perhaps the greatest social service that can be rendered by anybody to the country and to mankind is to bring up a family.